Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News and Indian Perspective on All India Radio. This is Prashant Kumar Sinha bringing glimpses of major developments of the day from across the globe. The headlines: India-Qatar bilateral ties and focus as External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar visits Doha. India and Vietnam conduct PASEX naval exercise in the South China Sea. Beijing enters a state of emergency to stem resurgence in coronavirus cases. Chinese regulators demand rectification of the fintech giant Ant Group's key business. European Union countries begin coronavirus vaccination amidst fears of a new, more virulent variant. And in chess, India's P. Harikrishna holds world number 1 Magnus Carlsen in the Air-Sings Masters. While in cricket, skipper Ajinkya Rahane's unbeaten century puts India into a lead in the second test against Australia at Melbourne. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar arrived in Doha on a 2-day visit to Qatar today. The visit began with the India-Qatar Business Roundtable. Dr. Jaishankar appreciated the commitment for strengthening business partnerships and briefed the business leaders on the new opportunities flowing from Atmanirbhar Bharat. The minister will hold detailed discussions with the Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister of Qatar, Mr. Al Thani, on strengthening India-Qatar bilateral relationship. This is the first visit by Dr. S. Jaishankar to the country as External Affairs Minister. He will also hold talks with his counterpart on bilateral issues as well as regional and international issues of mutual interest. The minister will also convey special gratitude to the state of Qatar for taking care of Indians during the COVID-19 pandemic. The naval forces of India and Vietnam conducted the passage exercise PASEX in the South China Sea on Saturday. The exercise is aimed at reinforcing the maritime interoperability. It seeks to enhance maritime cooperation between the two navies, bolster the strong bonds of friendship, and to contribute to security and stability in the region. INS Kiltan arrived on Saturday carrying 10 tons of humanitarian assistance under India's Sagar mission. This includes relief goods for people affected by landslides and floods in central Vietnam. Meanwhile, the United States of America conducted Freedom of Navigation Operation FONOP near Vietnam in the vicinity of the Con Tao Islands in the South China Sea on the 24th of December. A statement issued by the U.S. Navy read, on 24th of December, USS John S. McCain, DDG-56, asserted navigational rights and freedoms operations within Vietnam's claimed territorial seas. In an apparent reference to China, it said that the operations were taken to challenge excessive maritime claims and to preserve access and navigational freedoms consistent with international law. Chinese capital city Beijing has issued instructions to all districts, departments and companies to enter a state of emergency and to adopt stringent measures to stop the spread of COVID-19. The city reported a total of 13 confirmed COVID-19 cases in the recent wave, 9 in Shunyi district, 3 in Chaoyang district and 1 in Xicheng. With a resurgence in cases, Beijing has started mass testing. The Chinese capital is expected to see New Year holidays with scaled down public activities and reduced number of outbound travel. China's financial regulators have asked Ant Group, the world's largest fintech company, to return to its original business as a payment services provider and strictly desist from unfair competition. The move is purportedly an attempt to rein in the industry and prevent uncontrolled growth from leading to financial risks. China's official news agency reported that the regulators called on Ant to rectify its key businesses. Specifically, Alipay, one of the nation's 2 largest digital payment apps, has been urged to return to its payment origin. Chinese regulators had earlier halted the public listing of Ant Group in a surprise move. The latest move further threatens to throttle the growth of the e-commerce giant. Several European Union countries have begun vaccinating against COVID-19 today. The first shipments of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine were limited to 10,000 doses in most EU countries. The vaccination in EU countries began as a new coronavirus variant, more contagious and more dangerous, spread internationally. It has echoed the World Health Organization's warning that the current pandemic will not be the last. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. In a distressing development from China, 7 people have been stabbed to death by a knife-wielding man in northeastern Liaoning province. Another 7 people were reportedly wounded in the mass stabbing which took place in Kaiyuan, a small city in Liaoning. The attacker injured a police officer while being detained. The incident is another in a series of deadly knife attacks in recent years in China. South Korea has extended its social distancing measures till the 3rd of January to curb the spread of COVID-19. Seoul continues to report near record numbers of new cases each day. In the run-up to Christmas and the New Year holidays, the government banned gatherings of more than 4 people in Greater Seoul and closed down ski resorts and other tourist spots. Beyond that temporary restriction, gathering of more than 50 people are banned in Greater Seoul. Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has said that the government wants to make Kashmiri Saffron a globally popular brand. It will strengthen the efforts to build an Atmanirbhar Bharat. In the latest edition of Man Ki Baat, Mr. Modi said that Kashmiri Saffron was given the geographical indication GI tag in May of this year. He said that Kashmiri Saffron is a unique variant of saffron unmatched by any other variant around the world. He said the decision to accord GI tag to Kashmiri Saffron will help its growers in accessing the global markets.
कश्मीर का केसर बहुत यूनिक है और दूसरे देशों के केसर से बिल्कुल अलग है। कश्मीर के केसर को जीआई टैग रिकॉग्नाइजेशन से एक अलग पहचान मिली है कि कश्मीरी केसर को जीआई टैग का सर्टिफिकेट मिलने के बाद दुबई के एक सुपरमार्केट में इसे लॉन्च किया गया। अब इसका निर्यात बढ़ने लगेगा। यह आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाने के हमारे प्रयासों को और मजबूती देगा। केसर के किसानों को इससे विशेष रूप से लाभ होगा।
The Prime Minister, while underlining the government's commitments under the Swachh Bharat mission, called upon people to resolve to make the country free of single-use plastic. High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, Mr. Vikram Doraiswamy, paid a courtesy call to the Secretary General of BIMSTEC, Mr. Tenzing Lekfel, on Sunday at the BIMSTEC Secretariat. In a sign of increasing Indo-Bangladesh trade relations, Ambassador Doraiswamy inaugurated the IPO of Robi Axiata of the Dhaka Stock Exchange. This was the largest ever IPO launched in capital markets of Bangladesh. In Afghanistan, 7 Taliban terrorists have been killed after the Afghan military foiled an attack on security checkpoints in the southern Afghan district of Zehria. The Afghan Defense Ministry said that 4 other militants were killed yesterday in the Arghandab district of Zabul province. Afghanistan continues to be mired in violence despite ongoing peace talks between the Afghan government and the Taliban in Qatar's capital Doha. The talks began in September but are yet to bring in any significant outcomes. In a joint operation, the Indian Army and the J&K police have apprehended 2 terrorists near Galuta Harni, Mendhar in the Poonch district. The defense spokesperson said that the apprehended terrorists are likely from the terror outfit JK Ghaznavi Force. Moving on to sports now. In chess, Indian Grandmaster P. Harikrishna held world number 1 and world champion Magnus Carlsen in the Airthings Masters Online Chess Championship. In cricket, India were 277 for 5 against Australia at stumps on day 2 of the second test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground and took a significant lead of 82 runs. Skipper Ajinkya Rahane led from the front and made an unbeaten 104. India is celebrating the 151st birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we end, let us listen to his favorite bhajan, Vaishnavajan, by artists from Morocco.
जाना तो हो तेनी कहिए जे वीद पाराई जानी रे पर दुखे उपकार करे.
And with that, we end this bulletin. See you at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.